Phillips, Boyd-Munns, John and O'Hara and Ayunga just playing off of Mikel Mandaron. And today's referee is Kevin Clancy.
Billy, I'll get your thoughts on this, and Ian McCall can jump in. We discussed Philippe Clement last Saturday. At that point, there had been no comment from the club following the Queen's Park defeat. That changed on Wednesday. CEO Patrick Stewart did an interview with Club TV. He said they'd be sticking with Clement. The decision centred on the long-term future of the club, not a financial decision. He said the club, he said, has been underperforming for several seasons. Changing manager has had no difference. He praised Clement for the Europa League run. He doesn't want to take a step that would put further progression at risk there. He's also looking to appoint a sporting director. Your thoughts on the comments from the CEO?
Backing him, but maybe because he knew that investment was coming or just around the corner. Long term, we don't know what is going to happen. It's always welcome when investment comes to the club. It doesn't always fix things, but if you don't spend it or utilise it properly, then it sometimes doesn't work, as we've seen at Man United and clubs like that. There was a danger, it's a good thing, the finance and the investment coming into the club. It can only be, there was a real danger, Kenny, of Celtic disappearing into the horizon just with the way things are going. Like if Rangers appointed a new manager in the summer or even now, and a bit of different recruitment with just maybe an odd backer here and there to put money in, and it wasn't really working, and Celtic strengthening, doing well in the Champions League could have left them way behind. So there's big change at Rangers, big change, not the manager as yet, but with this investment coming in, it can only be a good thing, and then Philippe Clement's future will no doubt be discussed.
Yeah, Ian McCall, your thoughts on that? I think it's fair to say the vast majority of the fans are not behind the manager right now, but there is huge excitement over this potential investment that could be coming to the club by the summer.
Yeah, I mean, I think, Kenny, simply put, I don't think the chief executive has got the power now to change the manager, because, and it's happened at many clubs, I was part of it myself, and there's new people coming in. It's just common sense. You're not going to change a manager if the new guys coming in are going to invest serious amounts of money, as it seems to be the case. Although, as Dodgy says, that never, solves problems straight away. So I think Clement has got a period now to put himself either under more pressure or to go and have a really good run to the semi-finals or something, Europa League, and be the man who's done quite well. Maybe 3 or 4 of the younger ones progress again, and he puts himself in a position where I doubt it, but if the takeover happens, then he'll be their man. But simply put, if there is investment coming in and there is a takeover, nobody's going to change their manager, Kenny.
Yeah, I think that's a fair point. Ian, Rory, just in terms of St Mirren, it feels like it's been a stop-start season, but yet again, they find themselves in the top 6. Stephen Robinson continuing to deliver.
Yeah, he does. It hasn't probably been as pretty this season as it was last season. They've struggled at times. I was at the game last week against Hibs. They were okay in spells, but they're still managed to be in and around the top 6, and I genuinely feel that, especially with that result at Easter Road, I think that'll put a little bit extra pressure on Rangers today. They'll know they need to go and win the game. If I'm Stephen Robinson, I'm telling the players, go out there, right chance of winning. But I am surprised Olasanyo's not in the starting lineup. I have to say, he's a terrific player. I don't know if he's maybe nursing an injury, but I'm sure Ayunga in his replacement will do a great.
Halliday and Miller with Armstrong and Masonisi up front. For Dundee United, the home side, it's 3 changes. Out go Stevenson, Fothering and Middleton. In come Payton, Ferry and Strain. So they'll go Watling in the goals. Back 4, Adeboyega, Gallagher, Graham and Strain. Campbell, Docherty, Savelge and Ferry with Dalby and Payton up front. And the referee for this one, Kenny, is Chris Graham.
Alan, it feels like it's been a great season for Dundee United, but they're on a run of 4 without a win in all competition, although the fixtures have been pretty tough. They'll fancy this one today, won't they?
They will, but you would imagine that Motherwell will, get a real lift to the new manager coming in. But Dundee United, as you said, no wins in 4, 1 win really in 7, but they're sitting pretty in 5th now with Hibernian getting that great result there. A chance to go back to 4th, possibly even 3rd. So they'll fancy their chances here today. But Motherwell, now that they're getting Miller back, the manager had a real strong word with Halliday and Miller before he even went in to get changed. You could see him speaking to him and pointing on the pitch where he wants them to play. So this is going to be an interesting afternoon. Let's see if he can make an immediate impact as a manager.
Yeah, Leanne, I think they need it. They've looked like a team badly in need of direction. You touched on it earlier on, that the defeat at home to Ross County, very poor last weekend. Really interesting to see what they look like under the new manager.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's been a tough spell for Motherwell. A lot of change in quite a quick period of time, albeit the league table at the point all that change came, it wasn't looking too bad. Stuart Kettlewell's position, obviously the manner in which he left the club, I think the injury kind of crisis that's gone on throughout the season, and it's probably for a point being overlooked, the amount of players that have been missing, especially during Stuart's time there as well. They did look as if they would get players back last week, and performance wise you would have expected a lot more at Fir Park as well, and I just thought across the pitch they looked really lost, no identity about them defensively, really weak, really frail, didn't carry a threat going forward, not enough of a threat certainly to get yourself back in the game when the chips are down. So look, big afternoon for them. I think performance levels from the Motherwell fans this season and beyond have been brilliant. They really have backed the club, and I know Stuart in his time he's felt there was the abuse or whatever was directed at his family, but in terms of the numbers and the backing and the way that the supporters have got behind the side, it's been there, and no doubt they'll be there again in their numbers this afternoon. And I know in recent weeks, Kenny, we've had some Motherwell fans on as well and speaking about the club situation, so they'll be expecting a response from the group and hope that they can certainly drive things in the right direction now.
Well, let's hear from the new Motherwell manager, Michael Vimer. He's been speaking with Jane Lewis.
Michael, welcome to Scotland. How much are you looking forward to your first game in charge here? What are you expecting?
Nice to meet you at first. Yeah, I'm interested to see what the guys are bringing on the pitch, how we implemented the first ideas, and yeah, so I'm very interested.
What kind of ideas have you implemented? Because we've all heard, how you want to see the team play the game, but it's very hard when a new manager comes in and maybe you've only got a few days to try and prepare for a game and put your plans into place.
Oh no, I think it's important that we find the balance. We had only 3 training sessions, and so it's not so easy to bring the whole ideas into the team in 3 days. But we talked about the principles, and for me it's important that we are with a high intensity, that we try to play high intensity, and that we have passion and energy on the pitch. And these are the first important things. I think all the other things is too early and it takes time.
And have you seen some of that in training already, even though it's only been 3 sessions?
Yes, we had a good trainings week, and I saw a lot of energy. I saw the guys are working hard, the guys have energy, the guys want to play. And though it was also difficult to find the starting 11, but now it's for me important to get a picture, and also it's so interesting to get a picture of the game, and then we will see. And after the game, I can work with this impression.
Can you give us an insight into how you'll line up, what kind of style you will adopt for formation and that sort of thing?
Yes, this was also difficult. I took the impressions I heard from the other games. I watched many games, and also from the trainings week. And yes, and there are many possibilities. And my decision was for this. Also, the decision was for Johnny, that Tom can play one in front, because I like his dynamic, I like his energy, and yeah, hopefully it was a good decision.
Yeah, he's actually a player, Johnny, that hasn't actually played. This is his first start actually for Motherwell. What have you seen in him that makes you think that he can do a job for you out there?
Yes, I saw clips from him, I saw matches from him, and I saw the trainings week, and he's a very a player with smart player. He has good vision. He understands the game, and now we have to trust him. He should show us his qualities, and then I get a picture, and then I can work with the picture.
And I guess as well as part of your preparation for this game, you've seen some clips of Dundee United, maybe spoken to people about how they play. What kind of game are you expecting against them?
Yes, of course, it's important for a manager to also get to know the opponent, and it's a good team. It's a tough challenge today. I think you see the table. This is so close, everything. So each team can beat each team, and so yeah, I'm really looking forward to this game.
Michael Vimer there, Alan Preston will bring us all the news from Dundee United against Motherwell on Open All Mics. Willie Miller will do the same from the game at Pittodrie. Aberdeen up against Kilmarnock. Good afternoon to you, Willie. You can bring us the team news there.
Hi Kenny, yes I can. I relieved Jimmy Tillene after the victory down at Dens Park. Makes just the one change in. Meathoff comes in and Duhan drops to the bench. So it's Meathoff in goal. Back four, Jensen, Tobers, Knuster, Mackenzie. In the midfield sitting, Nielsen and Palaversa with Papagay in front of them supporting Nisbet, Ockles to the left, Keskinen to the right, and Nisbet up top. Free scoring, Nisbet is up top. It's good to see him back in form. On the bench, Duhan, Devlin, Shinney, Clarkson, Debag, Morris, Dorrington, Boyd and Ambrose. For the visitors, looking to get themselves into the top six, which Derek McInnes has spoken about on a number of occasions recently. They're within touching distance, just make the one change as well. In comes Donnelly, out goes McGuinness. So O'Hara in goal, back three right, Mayo, Dees, and a midfield of Polworth, Donnelly, Lyons, Ndaba and Murray, and up top Wales and Watkin. On the bench for them, McCrory, Wilson Brown, Mackenzie, Kennedy, Armstrong, Watson, Cameron, Anderson and Ramsey, and the referee is Nick Walsh.
Thanks to Willie. He'll bring us all the news from Aberdeen against Kilmarnock on Open All Mics. John Robertson will do the same from the game in Dingwall. Ross County up against Dundee. Good afternoon to you, John. You can bring us the team news.
Yeah, massive game here. Second and third bottom play each other, and no surprise after the fourth win in 5 away from home, including last week's 3-0 win at Motherwell. Ross County make no changes, so they line up with a Misa in goals. Wright, Tompkinson, Lapata, Campbell, Harman at the back, Kenna, Randall, Chilvers midfield with Phillips and Hale up front. On the bench, Laidlaw, Brown, Allardyce, Greaves, Nisbet, White, Smith, McLeod and Robeston. Dundee, after a week of honest meetings, according to manager Tony Docherty, make 3 changes. In come Ashley, Finlay, Robertson and Palmer Holden. Out go Donnelly, Silla and Tiffany. So they line up with McCracken in goals, Portalis, Clark, Robertson and Donnelly at the back. Midfield is Mulligan, McGee, Astley, Larakesh, Cameron, Palmer Holden and Simon Murray. The turn to his old stomping room up front. On the bench for Dundee, Carson, Ingram, Shaughnessy, Tiffany, Adewumi, Samuels, Garza, Silla and Donnelly. And today's referee is Matthew McDermott.
Thank you to John Robertson. We're also at 2 games in the Championship this afternoon. Chick is at Somerset Park. We'll hear from him. Gully is at Firhill. Thistle beginning life after Chris Doolan. We'll hear from him in the next few minutes, just before we get to the 3 o'clock split here on BBC at Radio Scotland. But let's get back to the commentary game. It's the option of online commentary. The match at Ibrox. Rangers up against St Mirren, and hear from the Rangers manager Philippe Clement. He has been chatting with our reporter Kerridine Idsan.
Philippe, there's so much happening around the club, off the field. How hard is it as a manager to keep your focus, to keep the players' focus on what you need to do on the pitch, especially given what happened last time you were here at Ibrox?
It's always important to be focused only on that, and that's a lesson that you need to take as a player, for sure, when you're young. To get these lessons, I'm now 30 years in football, so many things happened in those 30 years. So I know there's only one focus for us, and that's the trainings and the games. And if you're busy with all the other things, you lose your focus, concentration, and you don't control any of those things. So all the focus is on the football.
You got a good reaction last week at Tynecastle. You made a couple of changes here. I know John Souttar wasn't available. Proper comes in. You've also gone with Dessers and Egaman, a very attack-minded lineup.
Yes, because we want to force the results, get the results. And Cyril and Hamza are doing good things together. We also have Danilo on the bench. I used one midfielder more against Hearts, what was necessary with their kind of play, and they like to build from the back. And finding this midfield, St Mirren is a different kind of team and play much more direct. So it was the moment to use the 2 strikers together also.
And for the fans coming here today, what do you plan to show them? What do you want to see from you guys?
To start on the front foot and directly to play offensive football and create the chances without giving away the space for transitions, because St Mirren is also good in that. So the same as we did against St Johnstone that day to start hard, to score goals and to be in front in halftime with as much as possible. But that's our goal every game. It's not different now than it was 2 weeks ago or 2 months ago. It's always our goal to start on front foot.
Philippe Clement there, Rangers at home to St Mirren this afternoon. What do you guys think about what's happened off the field at Rangers this week? There's a potential investment and also the comments from CEO Patrick Stewart addressing the issues around the manager, Philippe Clement.
Yeah, I think in terms of the backing, the financial backing that the new investment could bring, it'll be massive for the club. I think with Patrick Stewart's comments, I don't think it would have been wise to him come out and say, we can't afford to sack the manager because of financial restraints. I don't think that is going to help anybody. So I think there's a little bit of tactical play there. I do think that if they, were cash rich, Clement would have been out the door after the Queen's Park game. That's just my opinion. I don't know any Rangers manager in history that would have survived that, never mind one that was under pressure anyway. So I'm not sure how much I take from those comments, but in terms of the investment, it'll be welcomed.
I think the investment itself, a lot of fans will welcome it. I think it will divide opinion, as we've seen American owners at times don't always hit the ground running. It doesn't always make for the better, but the financial element is the one thing that is going to raise eyebrows, and what that will look like, I'm sure we'll kind of start to understand that a bit more, Kenny, as time goes on. Rory's right, I don't think any Rangers manager would have survived the way Philippe Clement has, but the reality is that European football has been Rangers' saving grace over the last number of years. Their form has looked very different in Europe than it has done domestically, and he can only thank his blessings that it's been the same this season, and he does still have an opportunity to progress the club. So for him, he remains in a job, but I'd be very surprised, and I've said it before, that he would be the man to take Rangers forward next season. Yeah, big day for them on the park. A choice of listening now. Stick with us on BBC Sounds 92 to 95 FM for open all mics for full commentary of Rangers against St Mirren. That's available online only, bbc.co.uk/Sports Scotland. And if it's a rugby you want, England v Scotland in the Six Nations, live from Twickenham, tune to Radio Scotland Extra, Digital and 810 medium wave. And all of these options are available online.
Sports Sound, live football commentary.
Online at BBC Sports Scotland. There's no substitute.
From Ibrox, well, Rangers just can't keep themselves out of the news these days, can they? Mouth-watering European ties against the special ones Fenerbahce will make many more headlines if Jose Mourinho remains true to form further down the line. It looks like Rangers will soon be part of the San Francisco 49ers stable if those takeover talks progress as planned. Will Philippe Clement still be the manager under American ownership? Well, only if he wins enough football matches starting today against St Mirren. One thing's for sure, back-to-back home defeats simply won't do for a big home crowd still reeling from being dumped out of the Scottish Cup by Queen's Park last time they turned up here. There's the added incentive, if any was needed at all, of closing the gap on league leader Celtic to 10 points following their defeat at Easter Road earlier. So it's not just must win for Clement. You suspect the mantra will be must win well for the Ibrox boss, who's made a couple of changes from the side who won at Tynecastle last weekend. Not for the first time this season, John Souttar's not fit to play, so Robin Propper replaces him, while Cyril Dessers comes into the starting lineup at the expense of Tom Lawrence. So Rangers go with Jack Butland in goal. The back four of Tavernier, Propper, Nsiala and Jeff Day, Diomande and Raskin in the middle, with Cherney, Dessers, Hadji in front of them, and Hamza Igaman up top. St Mirren's stability in the last two performances against Hearts in the Cup and Hibs in the league, with both games level after 90 minutes, is reflected in their lineup with just the one change. Top scorer. Who is the top scorer? Well, Jonah Ayunga comes in, and it is, of course, Toyosi Olasanya, the top scorer, who drops out. Ayunga preferred up top. St Mirren go with Hemming in goals, Taylor, Gogic and Fraser at the back. John O'Hara, Boyd Muntz, Phillips and Lebiosu. And we have Mandron and Ayunga up top. We have started here at Ibrox. I'm in the fine company of Ian McCall, who played for Rangers between 87 and 89. He also managed Falkirk, Dundee United, Partick Thistle, Nair United, amongst others. 18 seconds on the clock. A fast start, Ian McCall, for Rangers surely is required today.
Yeah, I mean, I was here a couple of weeks ago and they played Queen's Park, and they didn't start particularly well that day. They didn't end particularly well that day. Yeah, it's a bit, listen, with all the news this week, Kerry Dean, it is it's a big, you know what, every game for Philip Clement now, they need to win, and they need to win well. It's that simple.
Rangers have the ball in the centre circle, out to the left hand side to Jeff. They just steps over the halfway line. The Brazilian looks up as Egeman dropping short. A couple of touches from him, and he goes back to Ciala. He is proper over to his right, midway inside the Rangers half. Rangers just content to build from the back. We shouldn't forget, of course, that St Mirren were the last team to beat Rangers in the league 2-1 on Boxing Day. Fine winner from Caelan Boyd-Munce that day, but it's Rangers on the attack at the moment. St Mirren plenty of defending to do. They clear the lines, but James Tavernier is there for Rangers, and they'll build on his left hand side with Jefty. Comes forward just outside the area, thinks about the cross, instead goes left to Yanis Hadji. He goes back infield. Egeman takes a touch, it's a loose one, no, gets the break of the ball, tries to beat his man, just tried to beat one man too many. It was Phillips there with the tackle, and St Mirren survived that little bit of pressure from Rangers. Out for a throw in to St Mirren. 1.5 minutes played, 0-0.
There's no great shock that Egeman tried to nutmeg there. He tries about 6 every game. Didn't come off there, but it's great to watch. But already, you know, there's a lot of talk about can Rangers play against a low block. That's exactly how St Mirren are playing, with the 2 strikers further up the park. It's not a back 3, it's a back 5.
Mirren's throw in on their right hand side with Ryan Alebiosu. And it's a loose one there from Fraser, though. He's giving the ball straight to Rangers. Cherney just outside the centre circle. As a man dropping deep. He's dropped a wee bit deeper, which means that Cyril Dessers is the traditional number 9 position at the moment. He's looking for the ball, and instead goes to Jeff. Might get it now. It's a decent cross in. St Mirren the ball away. It'll fall to Hadji, who tries to get a head flick on it but misses it entirely. Chance for St Mirren to boot the ball clear. And that'll be easy for Ciala. Well, it was Jonah Ayunga who was all on his own up top for St Mirren. He's somewhat surprisingly replaced Toyosi Olasanya, top scorer today. We'll see if he can add a bit more physical presence. It'll be a bit of a defensive shift you fancy for St Mirren, maybe for the majority of the match. Certainly now as Rangers keep the early possession and the early pressure going. James Tavernier for Rangers. Right-footed cross is headed behind for the first corner of the game after only 3 minutes. Just the start that Rangers wanted. Some early defending, some more defending for St Mirren to do.
It is, but again, when Jefty's crossed the ball there, a terrific cross into the box. A bit like Queen's Park, nobody, I mean, there was one player in the box. You need to have 3 or 4 in a position where he can score a goal from, and it was into a terrific area.
So what can Rangers do from this corner in the 3rd minute? 0-0 here at Ibrox against St Mirren. James Tavernier will take it. It'll be an out swinger from that right hand side. Lots of jostling in the area, and it comes. It's headed away by St Mirren. Decent defending so far. Back it goes to Tavernier on that right hand side from Cherney. Just about keeps the ball in. Tries to get the cross in. It'll be another corner. 2nd corner after only 4 minutes. Lots of Rangers pressure. Decent defending from St Mirren at the moment, though.
Yeah, as they've got so many bodies in there, they're not leaving anybody up the pitch as teams tend to do these days. They're just about everybody's in the St Mirren box.
Once more, the corner kick from James Tavernier's right boot. He's just waiting for things to settle inside the area, just in front of the wee pocket of St Mirren fans in that corner. And he comes instead all the way out to Hadji, whose header is flicked on there. Chance for Rangers, good save from Hemming. The offside flag goes up. Nicely worked corner there. I thought Hadji might try it on the volley. Instead, he nodded it in, and it was Diomande, I think, with the header. Good save, but he was offside.
Yeah, I mean, I think it was due for Hadji to volley it, but improvising it as a lovely little header into the box, but Diamonde, even from up here, looked, at least a yard offside.
The last time St Mirren avoided defeat at Ibrox, October 2011. A 1-1 draw. Somebody called Stephen Thompson got a last-minute equaliser that day. They also drew 1-1 in December 2006. They have not won here at Ibrox, St Mirren, since November 1991. Gown scored that day. Roy Aitken, Chick Charnley and Paul Lambert played for St Mirren. That tells you how long ago it was that St Mirren won on this ground. The Rangers record, pretty familiar. Ross County 0, Dundee 1. We're hearing Murray's got an early goal for Dundee at Ross County. Rangers have won 23 of their last 25 home games against St Mirren in all competitions, drawing 2. Each of the last 14 in a row. That aggregate score 39-5 in Rangers' favour. A few stats to give you a flavour of what St Mirren are up against, but they do have a free kick 5.5 minutes in. They'll play the ball into the Rangers area. Chance here. Owen Fraser just can't quite get the touch he wanted. Hadji just about gets the ball away. It'll be a throw to St Mirren, though, deep in Rangers territory.
Yeah, it was good delivery. It was a mismatch in the back area there. Hadji had 2 of them and actually did quite well to clear the danger.
Killian Phillips loves a long throw. 22-year-old Irishman, unknown from Crystal Palace. Done well for St Mirren. In comes the long throw. Now can Rangers deal with it? No, they can't. Still the St Mirren pressure is there. Hadji can try and avoid conceding the corner, which he does with a spectacular overhead kick. Marcus Fraser though pumps the ball back in. Jack Butland is under it, doesn't get there though, and few rumours of discontent around Ibrox. A little bit of untidy. Great save though to recover.
It was. I mean, he's getting a pat in the back.
Great save though to recover.
It was. I mean, he's getting a pat in the back for the save. I think it was Mandron that had the strike, but he's basically, to the right hand side of his goal and just passed it straight to Mandron about 18 yards out. I think Mandron's got to score, and I think Stephen Robertson shares that feeling.
St Mirren have to take their chances, you feel. They will have another one right now from this corner kick, but Mika Mandron had a brilliant chance. Gift wrapped by the Rangers goalkeeper. He saved the shot. Still the corner comes in. Rangers have some more defending to do, but will St Mirren get a better chance in this game than that after only 8 minutes? We shall see. Rangers win the ball back. St Mirren pressing them high though. It's a decent start here from the Buddies. Rangers just struggling to get the ball away, and Jeff Dean nearly makes a mistake. He's going to have to go with his wrong foot, which is why he splashed the ball, and there's a few howls of derision from around me. The Rangers fans not too happy at the moment because St Mirren have the football. They've just had the best chance of the ball off them. It's at the halfway line. St Mirren will try and build from that once again. Albiosha has to go all the way across to Declan John on the other side, who of course had a spell with Rangers. 3 goals for both their own goalkeeper Zach Hemming. Decent start here for St Mirren. I saw them lose here 2-1 earlier in the season, but they did play well that day, and there's a wee cute back flick tried there with Phillips. St Mirren really enjoying themselves in the opening 10 minutes here at Ibrox. They have the ball in Rangers territory, and Ciala will be able to get the ball away though. He's hesitating though, wants to try and play football. He just plays it off Phillips, gets the throw, and a wee round of applause from the home fans, and plays it off Phillips, gets the throw, and a wee round of applause from the home fans. And Stephen Robinson just some instructions to his goalkeeper. He'll be delighted, Stephen Robinson.
He will be. Nervousness in the ground now, but that's the game man again controlling the ball.